There are hundreds of languages in India, and dozens of them are protected by the constitution. Lee Kuan Yew once said that when the Indian Prime Minister gave a speech in Congress, only a small number of citizens could understand what he was saying. After India's independence, English and Hindi were made the main official languages. After Modi came to power, he promoted Hindu radicalism and used speaking Hindi as a means to enhance India's cohesion, but the effect was not obvious. Because India adopts a federal system, the states have great autonomy and they will not give up the language of their own state or ethnic group. The states are independent, which also makes India, as a unified country, have many trade barriers and cultural barriers. Many Indians only identify with their own ethnic group, not India as a country. Compared with India, China, another populous country, has 56 ethnic groups. But the Han Chinese account for more than 90% of China, so there is no resistance to using Chinese as the official language. Although there are many Chinese dialects and different accents, the basic framework such as writing and grammar are highly unified. So Mandarin has become the national working language after several generations of efforts. In fact, many Chinese children today have lost the ability to speak dialects. Some of them have mastered Chinese and English, but not their own dialect. There are also many ethnic minorities in China that have been completely sinicized, such as the Manchus, which means that their languages need to be rescued by official scholars. The unified language has enabled China to form a huge unified market and a strong unified culture. China's film and television industry has developed rapidly, and lifestyles such as food and entertainment have spread rapidly through the internet. The economic and cultural innovations formed in big cities can be quickly and seamlessly transplanted to small cities. This makes China one of the countries with the most modern lifestyles in the world. However, Indians will complain that India's foundation is not as good as China's. So it has not been able to unify the language to this day, resulting in a national cohesion that is completely inferior to that of China. In fact, this view is only partially correct. There is a solution to India's situation. Referring to Singapore, the Chinese account for 3/4 of the population, but the de facto official language is English. Malay, Tamil, and Chinese are on par. As the main body, the Chinese have made great sacrifices. They use English to communicate with other ethnic groups at work, and their own cultural heritage is continued through the Mandarin speaker movement. Most Singaporean Chinese speak English much better than Mandarin, so there is no barrier to communication among Singaporeans, and they have a strong sense of national identity. While inheriting the Chinese cultural tradition, Singaporean Chinese also clearly define their nationality as Singapore, not China. They want to live in harmony with the ethnic minorities in the country and make Singapore prosperous together. India, however, ignored a ready-made successful case and went to the other extreme, which is completely wrong. Indian politicians, especially the clown Modi, strengthened the status of Hindi as the national language and weakened English as the international common language when the Hindi population is less than half of the country. This is an obvious anti-intellectual behavior. Modi believes that as a Gujarati, it is a touching story for him to give up his first language and use Hindi. In fact, his actions have contributed to the arrogance of the Hindi-speaking community, especially Hindi-speaking Hindus. They think that their status is superior and they discriminate against people who speak other languages. Modi could have strengthened the dominance of English and allowed all ethnic groups to unite with the idea of the world's largest democracy, coexist peacefully, and build a strong India. However, for political interests, he instigated Hindus to confront Muslims, Sikhs, and other ethnic minorities, and won votes by protecting Hindus. Modi and his clown colleagues constantly broke the bottom line of Muslims and other ethnic minorities, demolished mosques, and built Hindu temples. They hyped up vague historical concepts such as Bharat and regarded speaking Hindi as an honorable thing. The government also funded rewards for those who promoted Hindi. Such practices undoubtedly gave other ethnic groups a strong sense of resistance. Instead of uniting under the banner of Hindi and Hinduism, India has experienced unprecedented divisions. Given the current domestic situation in India, the hatred caused by Modi will take a generation or even several generations to repair. India's dream of having a unified language, a unified market, and a unified culture is far away. And for a fragmented India, it is undoubtedly a daydream to seize opportunities in rapid international changes, get rid of poverty, and become a developed country.